But fluoride is a neurotoxin, and it's calcifying your pineal gland, and it's very damaging to the body.
They gave me little pills of fluoride to strengthen my teeth to eat every night after brushing my teeth.
How much chlorine they put in that pool and what it's doing to your body. I mean, it's a neurotoxin. It's really damaging. It's very dangerous to your health, your eyes, the floors, the sheets, laundry detergent, air fresheners, your clothing, organic food.
What's a naturally healing building?
You can actually build building materials out of mushrooms.
Hi, and welcome to this new episode of The Light Leaders. Today, I'm with Jordan Lineham, and today we're going to talk about health. You know, on The Light Leaders, we're passionate about health, and there's a lot of pillars to it. There's the beliefs we have, and then there's what we do in our lives. Today, we're going to zoom in a little bit, and then we might zoom out, but we're going to zoom in about crafting an environment that is supportive to our health.
Nice word.
Yeah. And in the world of today, it can be a little bit challenging. So we'll look at maybe pool systems and clothes and sheets, where you sleep, I don't know, molds, all of these things. And so the idea today is that it inspires you and also helps you very directly to create an environment that supports your health. So Jordan, first you've been supporting with Human Garage that's been created by your dad, Gary Lineham. And now you have your own company also here helping resorts and places get really healthy, get really clean.
To align.
Can you do a little intro actually
Sure.
to that?
Yeah. So I've been with the Human Garage since before it was Human Garage. I don't know how long that's been, maybe 15 years. I mean, back in the day, we were setting up at Walgreens and Sprouts and selling a therapy to people to help them with straighten their back and their spine. And then at some point it became Human Garage, and I jumped in and supported them in their mission and the clinic in Venice Beach. And we saw thousands of clients, like thousands. And we opened the doors up to everyone and anyone to come in and experience it. And there was many lessons involved in that, which we'll get to, of course. And but then that led to what I'm now doing is my passions in environmental wellness, and not just sustainability in how you treat nature or garbage, but actually in how you align your environment to best optimize your health and wellness, to create what I like to call passive healing in your environment. So, yeah.
Nice. What would you say is your mission on this?
My mission, eh? That's something I've been wondering and pondering for a long time. I'm one of those guys that have tried many different things, very passionate, multi-passionate, jump into many different industries, trying to figure out what my mission is, what my purpose here on this earth is to do. And, I'll be honest, I'm still figuring that out in a lot of ways. But at this moment, my mission is to guide and bring together the experts, the knowledge in health and wellness, and to give people a better option to live day to day, to create the communities where they can actually live and thrive, and to cultivate those environments and help cultivate them for people. I'm not the builder. I'm not the expert pool guy. I'm not the mold expert or even the health and wellness practitioner that my father is. Yeah. But I find that I have all these passions I like to bring together, and I'm trying to find a way through this to bring them all together into one umbrella to say this is what I can do for the world.
Nice.
So,
nice. Yeah, and I love. So you talked about passive healing.
Passive healing.
That's when you create an environment that heals you, rather than, I guess, a lot of the environments we know, they're actually slowly making us sick. Right?
They are making us sick. I mean, they're making money off sick people, and the products, and the reasons we're getting sick is because of the products and the places we put ourselves in. These corporations are investing or spending a lot of money to get us to buy something that is not real, that is used with chemicals and additives and preservatives, things that are endocrine disruptors, hormonal imbalancing, and very, very toxic. And that's just plain and simple. And those toxins in our environment, we expose to ourselves every single day, whether it's the air freshener in the car, in the Uber ride, or in the Gojek, whether it's things we use to clean our floors and our walls, our bed sheets, whether it's the clothes we wear that are been sprayed with glyphosate and chemicals and then using bleach and other artificial means to create the coloring, for example, to the food we eat, to the lights we receive from our LED lights, to you name it. There's all these little things. There's just tiny little stressors that affect us every single day. And when you're in a state of trying to heal, you're now constantly fighting against those stressors.
Yeah.
And even in the 20-day reset with the Human Garage, they always recommend to optimize your environment first. Take away those chemicals, one piece at a time, and you'll start to feel the space. The stress in your body, your mind gets clearer because you're not going to those racing thoughts, or maybe it's you being depressed, or you get more stressed easily and react quickly. A lot of those aren't you. It's literally the chemicals or the toxin intrusion in your body on a daily basis. And there's a lot of things we can do in our homes that can eliminate those toxins and those stressors in our life to allow for your body to naturally align to its natural rhythms so it can heal itself without you having to do anything much more than just being.
Nice. And I do believe healing in general, we do a lot of things, but sometimes it happens when we stop. It's like that saying, murky water is better cleared leaving it alone.
Yeah.
And on that channel, we talk a lot about being raw, like for me, being raw vegan and having a lot of fruits. And I've done also a lot of fasting, and fasting is a lot about that, rather than taking more pills and even supplements, removing and letting the body heal. I guess that can be applied to a lot of different areas and on our environments too. So for someone watching now, what would be a few changes you would recommend them to make so they live in a more health supportive environment?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the big ones is organic food. I mean, just don't care what diet you're on, just organic. At one point we thought, and I'm not going to choose sides on any kind of diet, just in general, like you're a vegan, you think you're healthy, but the thing is you're still consuming a lot of pesticides. Even meat, these animals are being injected with hormones, antibiotics, and the life that they have, the stress, the cortisol, you're consuming that. So no matter what diet you have, organic, and as much as possible. And it's not always the label too. The label doesn't mean a whole lot actually in the United States. USD organic, they're allowed to use a certain amount of pesticides if their crop is threatened. So USD organic doesn't really mean much. So it's building connection with your farmers, your growers.
It got a bit viral, at least in the people I'm following, about, I think it's called Appeal, and it's something by Bill Gates that they add on organic produce now in the US to like keep the shelf longer.
Yeah, apples especially. Yeah. There's a whole thing with the Briggs apple cider vinegar and Bill Gates and this investment in the company, and if it's using Appeal or not. They had this whole thing where they're like, "Oh, we're not using Appeal, don't worry." Yeah. But the reality is that to transport, especially when you're not eating locally, because when you're getting things imported, they are, whether it's Appeal or a different kind of chemical, they're picking the fruit to then preserve it so that it stays ripe for when it gets to you. And that's why you'll get things that are like rubbery. I don't know if you buy it from the store, it's like avocado or something, it's like rubbery.
And I remember when I was in Europe, the fruits and the avocados, the bananas, they were really rubbery.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to preserve it and keep the ripeness from ripening. So you're delaying the natural aging process of this fruit. I mean, that's one of the biggest things you can do, but that also relates to cleaning supplies. I mean, if your feet, you're absorbing a lot through your feet. You're doing a lot through your skin as well. And when you're cleaning with products that are highly toxic, you're taking that into your body, and whether you like it or not. And sometimes not always filtering it the way you should be when you ingest something. And so cleaning products, the air fresheners.
So on the cleaning products, what kind of cleaning products are usually quite toxic?
Wow, yeah. I mean, there are many brands, honestly. I'd say majority of the brands have some kind of chemical in there that's not necessary. I mean, vinegar works great, Or if you have maybe a pH balancing water, like we have this Alcaviva machines, like hydrogen water, you can go down to like 3 pH and you can clean with acidic water. Yeah,
I remember when I had a Kangen machine, we could create the very acidic water that was meant to be for cleaning. Also.
Exactly. So something like that is very effective. It's also cost effective. Yeah. and then works as a double. It works as well for your health when you're drinking water because you can go up, or drink acidity if you need to help with any kind of bacteria. So, but yeah, so cleaning like floor products, like Febreze, for example, for air. I'm trying to think of some brands that are really well known. But anyways, look in the back of your bottle. You'll see it. You'll see a list of ingredients that you can't understand and pronounce. I mean, there's apps like, for example, EWG. They're a good app. You scan it, and it'll tell you how well it scores on the score of what kind of chemicals are inside it. Yeah. And there's other apps like that too. So get one of those and check out your products when you buy them.
And it's sneaky because sometimes something like perfume.
Perfume. It shows up as perfume. You think it's good, but it's also very highly toxic. That's why essential oils are nice.
Yeah, I have it here, so we're in Bali, and well, I'm lucky to almost every week get a massage. Right? Yeah. But the massage lady, for example, will come with an oil and it says perfume. So then I have my own like coconut oil.
Yes, the oils, the spa equipment, or the spa oils, the scents, the towels. I mean, reeks of the smell that you just everywhere. It's like the same brand.
Perfume.
It's the same perfume in every single hotel or resort in Bali that isn't really conscious about it, and it's just so intense. I've gone to the point where I had to rewash my clothes and the sheets at the hotel I was staying in and tell them not to clean the room for the time I was there, just so I would not have to deal with that because it gives me headaches. It ends up.
So you feel it directly.
Yeah, I feel it directly. Yeah, I immediately get headaches, and I think that's because I've limited it for so long in my life that when it gets reintroduced, I definitely notice it quicker.
Which is also the drawbacks sometimes.
Double-edged sword.
So health conscious is you become more sensitive.
Yes, you do. And in some ways, that was one of the first things I noticed because I first got turned on to this when I switched to organic food and organic coffee. Yeah. Because I was noticing that I was having racing thoughts. I was stressed more. I reacted quickly. When I switched after about 6 months, I started to realize that I was calmer in my head. I didn't have those emotions or feelings or reactions. And then I would go back to eating it. And I had this point where I was so extreme, where I couldn't eat anything not organic. And I was like, I can't get that away from me. Yeah. But that was at some point damaging to me as well. Yeah. Because that inflexibility or that stress of eating something that is potentially not good for you can have just as bad an effect as eating something that isn't good for you. So, there is this balance of accepting what you have access to in your life and what you can deal with and what you can choose to eliminate. And if you do eat something that's, not organic, you'll be okay. Yeah. Your body, especially when you take care of it, is capable of processing all these toxins in the environment. That's just when we, on a daily basis, every hour of the day, we introduce something that's toxic, it builds up. Yeah. And then that is deteriorating our body. Organ functions, you name it. It's just not allowing our body to thrive.
Yeah, I guess things like clothes and sheets, they're quite a big thing because you spend so much time
wearing them.
In them, right?
Yeah, well, in bed sheets, we're sleeping in them for 8 to 12 hours a day, right? We're laying in beds. And the clothes we wear, of course. I mean, not even talk about the frequency of clothes. Like linen has like a very high frequency. So does, and cotton's neutral, but it's good as well.
Bamboo now, I think has a tiny bit of spandex too.
Yeah. So bamboo is a nice, comfortable material as well. And you just got to be conscious of where you get your products from. Yeah. Because there's, especially in cotton, if it's not organic, it's very highly sprayed. Yeah. And it's to prevent them from obviously losing crops.
And that's how it's processed too. I don't know about linen, but I think bamboo, they might have added a bunch of chemical to it too, though.
Yeah. So to make bamboo smooth and comfortable, there's a lot of chemical processing as well. You can get different qualities of it, though. I mean, it's pick your poison, right? In a way. I mean, it's not that bad, and at the same time, it's very comfortable. Like I wear almost all linen at this point. I have a few things that I've had for like 10 years, like my gym shorts that are Lululemon, that Forever Chemicals. That's a big one. Yeah. And those are the things that we need to be conscious of detoxing.
I'm laughing because when you said Forever Chemicals, I'm remembered of. When we're on Instagram and looking at all these reels of like, this is super toxic. I mean, your Instagram's probably a bit like that, like me. Obviously, there's the receipts from
the receipts
when you get a bill.
Yes.
And I'm joking because my partner, she thinks sometimes I'm a little bit too obsessed about health and it becomes unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I think she's right. And you touched upon it.
Yeah.
Like if our thoughts and our beliefs and are really against something and we have fears, that's also unhealthy. But I'm just reminded of something. I have the cashier handing me the receipt and I'm almost like
scared.
she's threatening me. I'm like, oh, no.
What are you doing to me? I mean, it's true though. Like, that's hilarious. I've heard that, and I mean, like you said, my belief on that too is in terms of health mindset and what you believe. Belief is one of the strongest things for us when it comes to doing a therapy, consuming something that's good, whether it's going to affect us negatively or positively. There was a test where they actually had mice and they were injecting cortisol into 2 groups of mice. One of them, they were petting the mice every time they injected it. The other one, they weren't. The one that were petting were actually processing it properly and weren't getting negatively affected by it. But the ones that they weren't were. So, yes, there can potentially get to a point where you could just be bathing in toxic chemicals your entire life and it not affecting you at all and you live healthily. But I still believe in like conscious programming or like confirmation bias in a way, where these changes that you make slowly shift your subconscious to believe that they're healthy for you. So every time you get in that shower and you're having a shower and you got a filter on there with minerals, you're like, oh, this is healing me. This is better. This is good. Instead of that subconscious, oh, this is not good or none. So I think adding those things in every day, they slowly they inch it up the belief system. And then eventually you can be more flexible and relaxed. But getting that changing those things really helps long term.
Yeah, I mean, because now it's in our subconscious, as you said, and it is, and we can't really undo it.
Yeah.
If you're watching this episode, it now is too, so you kind of have to align with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But learning to stay relaxed also, because I'm amazed at how sometimes in the health influencer community, especially with Reels and Instagram, it's like, oh, that thing is so bad for you, it's terrible. But then I see people outside and they'll do they'll touch receipts all the time and they'll smoke and they'll eat those so-called really bad food cooked in seed oils. And look, they might end up with health problems and getting sick, and it's definitely happening. But it's not like that. Almost sometimes I feel like if I listen to the Instagram influencer, they should be dead within 3 days.
Yeah. Well, what sells, right? What are the hooks? What grabs? Being with the Human Garage for these years, even what the Human Garage delivers on Instagram, it's a hook. Yeah. It's what gets people, their attention. Yeah. It grabs them. Yeah. But we look behind the scenes and they're not that strict, as strict as the hook that they come up with on sometimes they are, but sometimes they aren't. So it really, there is a fear it sells, and putting the fear in people definitely allows you to get more views and traction, which in turn can push a good message. But is using the fear to sell really the best way to go about it? It's definitely a moral game, I guess, of trying to understand how to connect and reach your audience. And the algorithms definitely are set up for that. Yeah. So I think there could be better ways for sure to deliver a message. But, right now, what you see online is definitely the worst of everything or the best of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a podcaster, maybe we'll work at a thumbnail for the YouTube video that's a little bit scary, so people click. But then once they're with us, we're like,
fear sells.
Bring some nuance, though. Then.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, it's all part of the game when you're working in social media and content, right? Right now, and it'll change at some point, I'm sure. But
yeah, and I think we can. It's always a balance of playing the game a bit and also recraft the game. So if we want to do channels that are of course, are going to create some curiosity and some clicks, but also that feel integrity with how we brand and package the message. Well, we can do that and trust that the right people will come.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly. You just gotta, and it works, and it helps deliver a message that's positive. So do what you gotta do.
So let's go. Let's keep going a little bit about the environment.
Yeah, of course. We kind of went off track there a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to talk also about houses. Like building material, for example. I have a friend here. He did an experiment with sprouts growing in a concrete house versus more natural material house, and the sprouts were growing better. So there's some research there. What's a naturally healing building?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of new materials that you can utilize to build your home. I mean, we've all heard of earth homes, but the problem with earth homes is some of the traditional ones, they use like, wheels and like whatever kind of like almost garbage that they can put into the walls and cover it. But that actually was starting to leak, off-gassing toxic chemicals.
Yeah.
So, there's definitely different materials you can utilize. Like, for example, rammed earth is beautiful. It takes the soil and what's around the environment you're building in, and it creates a wall out of it. That's one natural way. And it's also, concrete is something that doesn't really ground very well. And it's convenient and easy, but it really prevents, like, one of the biggest problems in Bali is the flooding. And that's because of all the concrete, because it doesn't have anywhere to go properly. The rice fields, if you're in the rice field and you have the biggest floods going on in the city, the rice field's completely fine because it knows how to irrigate and properly treat and deal with the water. But when you throw a concrete slab on there, now it doesn't have that same process of moving the water through, which then causes flooding and problems. So there is a lot of issues there. More natural materials, bamboo is a great one. I mean, if you use the processing of the bamboo properly. They're even a really fun one is actually mushrooms. Like, this is new, not many people know about this yet, but you can actually build building materials out of mushrooms. Wow. I see a future where we can grow a house into a mold of a mushroom, a mushroom grow into a house that's been molded onto the property. But for now, you can get clothing, you can get kind of like bricks, for example, Hempcrete bricks, which is another good material. Hemp hulls and mushroom mixed together can also create something similar to hempcrete. And so those materials are very, and also the paints. So once you get the infrastructure down, there's also the paint, the VOC and paints that comes off as it's off-gassing. It's there's many things that can go wrong, especially with not sealing properties properly, with mold that comes into the house and gets into everything. And
thank you for being with us and watching this episode. If you're here, you're probably part of the team, part of the light leaders, the ones who came here to create a new earth, to assist the rise in consciousness of our planet. With this podcast, I aim to do just that. And I'm also a coach. I support other conscious leaders to have more impact. I do specialize on helping them grow a high-impact podcast. I do one-on-one, and I also have a mastermind for it called the Impact Podcast Mastermind. And I also work one-on-one with conscious leaders on different things like growing their business, thriving on a raw vegan diet, feeling more joy and fulfillment in life, or finding their purpose. And as light leaders, I believe we can have much more impact if we work together. So if you feel the call to receive my support, let's connect. It'd be my honor to assist you. Check the link in the description below where I share more about how I might be able to help you and maybe speak to you soon.
There are natural ways to do it and unnatural ways to do it, but in a lot of places around the world, you don't have as much options. So John Hardy from Bamboo India, he talks about how concrete's being used everywhere in the Western world, and they will never use bamboo because it just goes against every code that they have possible in terms of building materials. But bamboo can be stronger and last longer than concrete in a lot of ways, and can be a lot more flexible in terms of how you use it. So I'd say if you're looking to build a home, look for more natural materials like hempcrete, bamboo, rammed earth. Grab stones and from nearby in the water, by the beach or in your land, and just stack them. If you have to use concrete every now and then, that's fine. I mean, there's things that it's very convenient for, and it's not to be demonized, but it's when we make these concrete jungles that it really affects how we connect to nature, because we lose that grounding effect as well, and we lose that connection to nature because we just live in these concrete boxes. Here in Bali, we're lucky because even though there's concrete, we're still surrounded by nature, which is beautiful. But Yeah, there's better ways to do it for sure that feel more natural to the body. And on top of that, one last thing to add to that is biophilic design is designing a home that aligns with nature's natural curves and structures and moves. So we live in these really square right angles everywhere we look at. And that supposedly has a natural effect on the body that creates a subconscious, almost fear response because it's like threatening in a way. So if you ever entered there's some beautiful structures like in Hideout Bali, they do this very well. Beautifully curved wood and bamboo, and it just feels very calming to be in and very relaxed, and you just feel like you're cocooned in this, this Mother Earth kind of feeling where the energy is very uplifting and healing. So even bringing plants indoors helps.
Yeah, and you believe in eternal, but some people say also the energy gets stuck in the corner where it flows better.
True, feng shui.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's feng shui, there's ley lines, there's, you can have, I met someone recently, Heartland Escape in Bali here. He had someone come into his property and do colors on for certain areas of the property. So he has certain plants that are yellow on this side, red on that side. He built along the ley lines best possible and the feng shui of the property. Yeah. He uses like ironwood as well and teak wood that he got from Java or driftwood as well for certain things. So there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of creative ways to build a home that, in all honesty, if you build a home like that, you're selling it for a higher premium as well. So concrete is old news and everyone's got it. So why would you want to do the same?
Yeah. And is it called Vastu?
Vastu?
I think it's the coming more from the Vedas tradition, a bit the equivalent of Feng Shui.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one. Okay. But it sounds familiar, and there's a lot of different types of feng shui and Ayurvedic and all that you can tap into to develop a home. So, pick what resonates with you, but there are specialists out there. And, I've connected with a couple people who can do and deliver these kind of feng shui elements in homes and building materials and supplies, and also facing northwest, east, or south, right? Yeah. Sleeping orientation as well. There's so much you can tap into. Yeah. But I think just keep it simple and find more natural materials, throw some plants in there, and trust.
Also, when we're talking about the clothing and the sheets, what do you recommend to wash them then? Is it just like any organic laundry?
Yeah, most plant-based laundry detergents are fairly good. If anything, that's a good start. There are certain companies, like there's some in Bali called Utama Spice. They have very natural ingredients. They're not using harsh chemicals, so it's better that way. But you can use also, there's a company that makes laundry magnets. And these magnets just stick to the inside of your laundry and they create the friction that you're looking to get from the chemicals to help clean. You may need some spot treatments for some of the stains when you use the laundry magnets, if I'm being honest. But it does a good job. And you really don't need to do too much and you can even look up recipes online. There's hundreds of recipes online, I'm sure, that you can look up and just say, I can make my own laundry detergent. I can make my own cleaning products. You don't have to invest in an expensive brand. You have everything you need at home. Yeah. Your local store. Even.
Oh, and I'm going a bit through a list, and I hope people who are watching, they can almost like pause and be like, okay, I can change that in my home. Good.
Yeah,
next.
True. Yeah. So the floors, the sheets, laundry detergent, air fresheners, your clothing, organic food, dish soap as well. That's part of the cleaning products. Yeah.
What are cosmetics? So
cosmetics,
like paste, soap, shampoo. All of this. And it's interesting because sometimes I go and buy like an organic shampoo or something, but then when I read the label, there's a lot of, it says natural ingredients.
Yeah.
And I read the labels and I'm like, that doesn't sound like a natural ingredient. So it's a bit confusing sometimes.
Yeah. So sometimes the chemical name of the natural ingredient sounds like it's not good for you. So do your research. Look up what it is, where it comes from, how it's made. Sometimes you can come across, like silica even doesn't sound like a very, more natural than most, but it can still come across like that's unnatural if you don't know what you're reading, right? So do your research. Use an app like EWG or something like that to look into it as well. They'll tell you everything about all that stuff, or use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Just say, hey,
like my ladle is silica. It's as an alternative to plastic, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure then what people mean by silica.
Yeah, so silica is just really essentially one of the most essential kind of, I guess, elements to our being. You know, it's in our skin, our hair, our nails. It's in the earth around us. They use it for many different things.
And now we're going to cookware. So
Yeah, cookware. Yeah, that's a big.
can be overwhelming.
Honestly, the cookware is one of the most, I think, underrated. Like people don't realize at all. Like I mean, Teflon was a thing at one point, and obviously that's highly, highly toxic, and they banned it. But they still get around it with other coatings that haven't been banned yet, but say they're better. So I used to sell cookware. I used to be a trade show salesman. I had German engineered, diamond coated cookware, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's different. It's different." But one day I looked into it, and I'm like, "Huh, that's just a coating they haven't banned yet. So is it really different?" You know?
Yeah, we're looking for a pan, mainly for my partner to cook potatoes. We don't use it much here, but and we bought one that says no PFOS and
PFOS,
PFOA.
PFAs, yeah.
There's something else,
There's always a new thing. So like stainless steel, copper, clay can be ceramic. Sometimes can be good, depending what they use for coating.
Do you feel with something like stainless steel, there could be heavy metals though that leaking?
I don't think you have to worry about the heavy metals of stainless steel. Just make sure you get good quality because there's different levels of stainless steel. There's professional grade and all that as well. And so just be conscious of, don't buy the cheapest thing you can possibly find. Non-stick's not always the best option. Most of the time it's not. So just cook with oil or good quality oil, like coconut or something, or olive oil.
Seed oil.
No seed oils. No seed oils. Stay away from those. Those are huge endocrine disruptors and hormonal imbalancers as well. So they just they cause a lot of inflammation in the body as well. And they're talking about it affecting us genetically. And just stay away. The process they were used in the industrial era for a reason. So yeah.
Deodorant with aluminum, stop it too.
Oh, 100%. When I switched from non-aluminum deodorant to organic deodorant, I went back for some reason. I just couldn't find anything else. Rash on my armpits. Like I was like, well, I've never had rashes from this Axe deodorant before. And especially the spray, the aerosol, but even the sticks, the aluminum in the sticks is very bad. Toothpaste as well, you mentioned. Fluoride is, there's no argument to this anymore. It's now considered in top medical journals that it's a neurotoxin. It's not.
Do you know, as a child, it's very common in France. Not that my parents and grandparents were bad people, but they gave me little pills of fluoride to strengthen my teeth to eat every night after brushing my teeth.
Yeah, so that's the claim. That's the claim, but it's not good for you. It's now what, I'm not sure why they would give you to that, but like, for example, they put in toothpaste for cavity fighting, and enamel strengthening, all that stuff, but it's not necessary. There are better mineralizing products you can get that actually mineralize and rebuild your cavities instead of actually getting fillings in. But fluoride is a neurotoxin, and it's calcifying your pineal gland, and it's very damaging to the body.
I definitely feel like I had a pretty calcified pineal gland the first 27 years of my life.
What'd you do to uncalcify it?
A lot of things. But things definitely around health and no fluoride, and just eating more vibrant, clean food, and then things outside of it through Kundalini yoga, meditation.
Well, in any product that you buy, if there's too many ingredients on it, then you should question it, I think, because a lot of things can be made with minimal amount of ingredients. I mean, yes, there's preservation, ways with chemicals, but I think natural is best. And if you can make it yourself, then do it, because you can make your own toothpaste.
How do you make your own toothpaste?
I can't remember the process, like baking soda, ginger, diatomaceous earth, diatomaceous earth, and lemon, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, I look at Gary does it. He did his video on Human Garage. It was one of his best performing videos they've ever had, actually.
Okay. Maybe Human Garage has or could do almost like a course on environment, or you could.
Well, how to clean your environment, right? There was, they've been updating their website. So you can check on there for the articles. At one point, they had it available. It was how to clean your environment, and it taught you a lot about this, give you solutions as well. But maybe I'll make another one.
Yeah, and as we talk, there's more coming. So now I'm thinking about the lights.
Oh yeah, the lights. So
like what, red light at night, and also not flickering too much.
Yeah. So to take it a step further, like red light obviously is great at nighttime. You don't want, there's like light apps, you can see the lumens in your environment. I mean, think about it. Naturally, we lived in an environment where the sun rose, we got up with the sun set, we went to sleep. Especially
here in Bali, it's like 6 a.m., 6 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day, the whole year.
Yeah, and when I go camping, it feels really good. Yeah. You're surrounded by nature, you've got the sunrise, sunset, you go to sleep early, unless you're partying, of course, but you go to sleep early if you naturally go to bed at the right time. And that's how we should be living. Even when you eat your food, based off the light that you receive in the day and before it goes dark, there's many ways of organizing your health to align with your natural circadian rhythm. And our circadian rhythm is what triggers our brain and our body to digest food, to wake up, to sleep, the hormones, the everything. So it literally runs our life. It's the planet we live on. It's what tells us our human experience in a way. And so when you add all this artificial light in, so for example, your phone, your laptop, your LED lights, which by the way flicker. Everyone's seen it. It's actually on social media a lot. You hold your phone up to the LED light at a certain frame rate, you're getting this flickering. Yeah. And so you may not consciously see it, but your body is receiving a strobe. So imagine being in a strobe room 24/7. That's what you're taking in from that light, and that's a stress response. And that's also full of blue light. And blue light is actually what triggers our brain to say that we're awake, that we're rising. That's what the sun is. The sun has blue light. It's not a bad thing. We don't want to demonize blue light because blue light is good.
Yeah, also in the morning or during the day, it's going to have its own purpose.
It's natural. Yeah. But the problem is we get it unnaturally at the times that we're not supposed to. Yeah. And also the flickering. So finding incandescent light bulbs is the quickest and easiest way to have natural lighting.
It's like the old style.
The old style light bulbs that are too much power.
That heat up a lot.
They heat up, yeah. So those are some of the most natural light bulbs on the market just in stores. But there's even...
Is it easy to find, like in Bali or in Japan?
You can probably find them more in Bali, but places like in Canada and US, I'll be honest with you, they've been taking them off the shelves. They're not selling them anymore. They were saying that they were bad and damaging and all these risks to our health, to the environment in terms of like fires or whatever, electrical outages. But I think there's maybe a bit of agenda behind that potentially.
Which we won't go into.
We won't go into that, no. But thankfully, what it's caused people to do is create new light bulbs. And these light bulbs are full spectrum. And full spectrum light bulbs that actually change the light frequency as the day goes on. So from the morning, it has a higher blue light, and then it gradually goes down to no blue light and red light. And the light bulbs you can install in any single fixture you have. You can put these in, and they'll actually align your circadian rhythm as you're using them. So if you're going to go past nighttime and you want to use your light still, well, at least you can use something that is more aligned with an evening ritual light cycle.
And obviously little things, but like putting the phone and laptops on more red light.
More red light, phones, laptop. Yeah, of course. There's all those little videos that show you how to do that. But you can go in settings, you can change that. Or I just discovered this company I'm working with, they have screen blockers for your phone. So they actually block blue light with the screen protector. So you just throw a screen protector on and you're good on your phone. But then your laptop still, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's very important to align to our natural rhythm because that's where we function best. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of shopping and habit changes for you guys and for me. Even though I've done like a lot, but it is a lot. Like
one thing at a time though.
It's like it's just a bit the same with nutrition, and we'll touch on it too. But it's like the mainstream society is so against all these best practices.
Makes it hard.
That it's like a lot of work of education and implementation to actually do it. So also let's do our best, right? If you make little changes over the months, over the years, we're doing amazing. We're doing better than 95% of people. And there's always going to be a little something.
Yeah, and the biggest one is, it's too expensive. Well, the the truth is yes, it can be a bit more expensive. Although you can make your own products a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your health, when you get to the point of being in a chronic health crisis, that's expensive. Not only on your bank account, but your life and your connections to your family and your friends. So, making these changes are an investment for your future and for your family and for the people around you and the environment. And nothing's more expensive than that.
Yeah, that's the saying, right? If you think being healthy is expensive, try sickness.
Yeah, especially in the United States, because you'll get a $100,000 bill for being in the hospital for however many days, and you're not going to get a solution there.
Yeah, but then you get, at least depends on the country, but insurance are reimbursed if you have
Canada has free healthcare.
sickness, and when you try to be preventative about it, you don't get any support.
Exactly. They don't make money off of health.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One more thing that came in the picture, and also I was thinking about it because I went to my friend last time, and he had that. The guys who do Kangen machine called Energic, they have also an EMF blocker.
Yeah.
Of course, very expensive.
Oh yes.
That brand is generally is. I think it was like 1,400 euros or something, but it works really well because you can measure the EMF, and so it blocks all the EMF in his room where he's working. So that's another example of something that I believe can be quite important. The
Huge.
EMF.
Huge.
And we can talk about like Wi-Fi, also Bluetooth. I try to limit the earpods.
Yep. Yes.
But yeah, that can be also expensive to have like those machines. You don't have to buy this one, of course.
Yeah, EMF is one of the probably EMF blockers are definitely one of the more expensive ones, especially good quality ones, because there's a lot out there. And the sad part is that people try to take advantage of health and wellness and products, and they come out the cheapest red light or the cheapest EMF blocker, and it's not really doing. Maybe if you measured it, it's not doing as well. Maybe in your mind it is. That's maybe good enough. Placebo effect, right? Yeah. But I do know a company that I work with. I'd say they've done the most research that I've seen. Brain scans before and after, with the phone, without the phone, computer, laptops, all that stuff, AirPods. And their devices are made from a microprocessor in Russia that they invented for the military because they were actually in zones that were high EMF. And so they made this like little microprocessor chip that they would wear that would protect them from the EMF, the radiation from the areas they were working in. And it's called Aries Tech. And they have scans, brain scans, they have all the science behind it, and it's very fascinating. They look really good. They are expensive. They're not
so the name again?
Aries Tech.
Okay, Aries like the
ARIES, I believe, Tech.
Like the sign.
Yeah. And I may even pronounce it wrong. It could be Aries, who knows? But anyways, long story short is that they're a good product. They have good tests. They're expensive, but they're not as expensive as that, for example. Yeah. So they have like for the phones, for your chest. But I actually, when it comes to optimizing an environment, I would take these and put them underneath my bed, put them in the hot spots like the TV, the computers, in your car. If you have an electric car, those Teslas are radiating EMF. So throw them in your electric car. And another company I know, I forgot to mention, I use now, we carry it with us. It's called EMF Rocks. And the Human Garage promotes them. They're on the Human Garage website. And they're a great company. They have Tesla Rocks are called, and they're very fascinating the way they work. And it's just a little bulky for most people. But there's products out there. You just got to find your own, do your research, find what you like, and support the company you want to support.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's... I keep having ideas, so we'll keep going.
Keep going.
Bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely also to the people watching, I guess that's quite insightful for you too. And maybe it's something you can come back to, listen to this episode again once every 3 months for the next evolution, and add up things. Also, if you have people around you that you feel would benefit from listening to this episode, definitely share with them, because there's so many tips now. But you're going to make your loved one more healthy. So please share the love, and obviously it supports the channel, supports what you're sharing.
Yeah, you can just do a little AI transcribe of this episode and make your own guide if you want to.
Oh, that's a good idea for sure.
Clasp, I think, is one of those things.
Okay, well let's keep going then.
Yeah.
So EMFs for sure, and switch off your Wi-Fi at night.
Yes.
Especially if it's
phone
next to your bed, like
phone away from you. The plugins as well, those actually radiate a lot of EMF.
Let's have a quick break from the episode as there's something I want to share with you. Thank you for watching this far. I'm assuming you're enjoying this episode. So let's connect. I'm building this podcast not just as content, but as a community of light leaders on a mission. So drop a comment under the video. I read and reply to all of them. Pause the video now and share with us. What have you learned so far? Do you have questions or feedback? I also have a Telegram group to stay connected, whatever happens with YouTube and the algorithm. Come and say hi. I put the link in the description. Also, if you want to support this podcast and help it grow, there are a few things you can do. You can hit the like button. You can share this episode with your friends directly to help spread the message from human to human, regardless of the algorithm. Or you can take a screenshot and post it in your Instagram stories. And if you tag me at Alexis Lember, I'll repost it too. Also, subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, hit the notification bell, because if you just subscribe without the notification bell, you let the algorithm dictate whether or not you get shown my videos. So thanks again for supporting and joining the movement. Let's keep co-creating the newest together. And now, enjoy the rest of this episode.
There is actually a plugin you can buy. I saw it on Certified Health Nut. I think it was. Okay. He posted the thing about this plugin you can buy, and you can stick your cord in it, and it will actually take the EMF from the cord itself. They were measuring it with and without it. The cord has EMF radiating from it, as well as your phone, of course, and the plug. But when you use this, it prevents all of it. So that's another small thing. I don't even have that for my own house yet. I just keep my phone off, unplug things when I need to unplug them when I'm not using it, and keep it away from my head at night when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
And also even keep it away, even in plane mode, because the plane mode isn't fully plane mode, right? Like this,
it's
the emergency
there's
calls.
it's GPS. There's constant signals being sent. So off, or at least like a meter from your bedside table.
Even the off sometimes, like, is it really off?
Well, no, it's not.
Because old phones, they used to have a battery. You would take it off, but new phones, you can't take off the battery. You don't really know if it's off. Actually, with iPhone, I can still have the emergency track my phone thing, so it's not.
You can see the time. You can actually look at the time when it's off.
Really?
Yeah, I just realized that the other day. It was off, and I pressed it, and I saw it still shows
not really off.
No, not really off. It's always emergency auxiliary power for it. Yeah, so be mindful of that for sure. Just keep it away from your bed.
Okay. And before we recorded, we were talking about the pool too, and I thought about it when we talked about expensive, because we're in my beautiful villa here, and we have a pool that I've never used after it's been more than a year. Me and my partner, we haven't used it because they throw tons of chlorine in it and sometimes other chemicals, and we haven't found a cheap solution. So we talked about expensive, and I know you're working on solution, and that's amazing. It's going to work really well maybe for new pool or for results, but for us staying another year here, renting the house, it's even for us who, it's not like we're very short on money or stuff, but even for us, we're okay, that's not an expense we're willing to make.
Yeah.
So,
especially when you've lived without it for so long, and you're it'd be nice, but I being in Bali, places everywhere we've gone to, I just can't get it past my head to swim in the chlorine pools. I just can't do it. It's just one of those things, because I'd say it's one of the biggest neurotoxins that we would face.
I feel it. It often scratches my eyes, and then I'm often sneezing from it. Actually.
Yeah, and you ever been in it as a kid? Imagine how long we just spent.
I used to be a competitive swimmer in Paris.
Yeah.
Man, I still have the smell. It's so much chlorine.
Yeah.
I survived.
Yeah, exactly. We survive. We deal with it. Our bodies are strong. We can really recover, right, and heal. But I remember being a kid and almost blurry vision after being in the pool for so long, because I'm moving my eyes underwater and all that. Yeah. And now thinking back on how much chlorine they put in that pool and what it's doing to your body. It's a neurotoxin. It's really damaging. It's very dangerous to your health, your eyes. Yeah. It's not something you're supposed to breathe in at all. Yeah. And then some places they just overdose because they don't want to clean, right? Yeah. So it's there are solutions. There's lots.
Can you share in a nutshell?
Yeah. For sure. So look up a pool guy in your local region that focuses on alternative methods to chlorine. Just give that a search, Google search. You'll find someone. There's copper oxidation, copper and silver. There's you can potentially use boron or borax, and there's algicides that are better for you. There's many things that are better than chlorine. There are even systems for ionization, ozone, and another one I've come across, which is hydrogen ionization. And there's solutions.
Okay.
So just do Google search.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Go in AI. It's the best thing for finding information.
Yeah.
Like,
but we've done it. It wasn't so easy to find a good cheap solution. But
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe the borax.
Yeah, maybe. But the hard part, though, I will admit, it's the pools are tricky, though, because the size of the pool, how much to put in, and when. Like, you're not a pool person. There's actually a lot of information that goes behind it. I had to do a search online to find a guy in town that can do more natural alternatives.
Yeah.
They still use chemicals.
Yeah.
So I did find a solution today that is probably the best solution that I found so far. No chemicals ever. Yeah, and it ships worldwide, but at the same time, you're spending $4,000 or $5,000 on a unit. But like we talked about, if you live in a place where you can travel, or if a pool is a big important thing to you, then it's worth the investment. Yeah, and especially if you are putting chlorine in the pool anyways, you're still maintaining it even though you're not swimming in it. Now you're spending money on something you're not using. So you spend $2,000 a year or more on chemicals for your pool and maintenance. Or you can.
I have no idea because the
you don't
house
spend it.
management that spends it, but I don't think they spend $2,000 on.
Some resorts do, some hotels, and it's definitely hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like chlorine is not the cheapest thing, and the amount they put in.
They put a lot.
Yeah, and also the maintenance.
Yeah.
The maintenance on the pool, the pumps, the chlorination system. There's a lot of maintenance and chlorine that goes into the pools that it adds up.
Yeah. No, if we were building our own house, at first we thought no pool. If we were to do one, we'd do something like this, of course.
Yeah, like the most recent thing, the example, I guess, is just a resort. They about $2,000-$3,000 a year on maintenance and obviously chemicals.
Okay.
So if you have a big setup, if you have a resort or hotel, then it makes more sense. You can get it returned quicker because you save money. But if you own a home, then eventually you'll save money.
And then you can contact Jordan. I'll put some details in the description of the video so people can
reach out. I'll answer any questions, like anything, information questions. Maybe I know someone locally to you, or let me know, and we'll do the research.
Yeah, and it keeps adding up because Barry, can you check how long have we been already on the podcast? 50 minutes.
50?
50, yeah, it goes fast, but it's very interesting. So if
there's a lot.
Let's keep going a little.
No, there's just a lot to talk about, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, water. I mean, we talk about pool water, but not drinking water.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one. So here we go. Just kidding. Yeah, it's the thing is we think we're drinking safe water when it's bottled. Yeah. We know plastics, and also some of these brands like Dasani or Aqua, they put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
That I don't necessarily want to claim they do myself, but I've been told and tests have proven it.
Did they put fluoride?
Fluoride in a lot of water, yeah, of course. I mean, that's pretty common. Fluoride, but also like even antibiotics and like other stuff in certain water supply systems. Okay. It's pretty messed up. Yeah. And so spring water, natural water that flows through rivers is best if you can have access, or through springs if you have access to that. Otherwise, you got a filtration system. You get a proper filtration system that deals with all those things like chloramines, fluoride. Some places in Canada, like they bleach their water to keep it clean. It's like there's a lot of shit in water that we don't want to be consuming. So finding a good filtration system is great. And if even better, mineralize it, because if it's reverse osmosis, then you're just stripping your body of the minerals instead of getting the minerals from the water, because you stripped it all. So you need to remineralize it.
Would you say the same with distilled water?
Yeah, distilled water as well. I would say it's best to remineralize the water. After some processing, it's not as natural as it should be. So, and if even better, hydrogen water, if you can. Little one jug under the sink filtration system with hydrogen water. I mean, that's like medical grade water right there. And that was really amazing to experience on a regular basis. But yeah, the water you drink is important.
Nice.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah, please. I'm here, man. I'm willing to go.
Pollution, because we're driving.
Oh, man.
Here we're pretty lucky because there's a lot of green around. Like we live in the jungle, but like I drive 3 minutes through the city and I might be behind a truck that's throwing black smoke in my face. So I have those masks, but I feel like, well, the air doesn't all go through the filter. It goes through the little spots, like it's air, you know? So it goes.
Yeah.
How effective are those kind of
The
little
masks?
masks that we have that we buy at Alchemy or the
Yeah.
tissue mask?
Well, those masks are good for big particles, I guess.
Yeah.
The biggest issue with masks, and they've done tests with this, is the amount of CO2 that gets released from your body. Yeah. It goes into like dangerous levels of CO2 poison potentially.
Fun fact, actually, I was in Bali during the pandemic, and at that time I was not driving with a mask, both because there was much less traffic, but also for my slightly rebellious side. Because at the time it was kind of a political act to not wear a mask.
Yeah.
But now I'm wearing it because there's much more traffic and it is less of that.
I thought about it. I'm like, man, am I really thinking about wearing masks right now? Because I'm the same guy. I walk through grocery stores in Canada without masks.
Yeah.
And just act like nothing was
in
wrong.
Canada here was fine. Nobody was bothering you. I think Canada would have been more.
It was intense. Yeah, it was intense. And so
slightly terrorist vibe.
Slightly, yeah, very much. It was really creepy. Like you were treated like a terrorist if you weren't wearing a mask.
Okay.
Like it was like crazy. But I thought about it, but then I realized, at the same time, it's the bigger particles it can block. You're still getting some in, of course, but also when you breathe out that CO2, and within like a few minutes, the levels of CO2 get to a point where it's dangerous levels to your body. Okay. So it's not good to breathe them back in.
Okay, because I feel some people at that time, especially, they were keeping a mask like most of the day, and maybe it wasn't so good for them, but they seem to be okay, right? Yeah,
of course you're gonna be okay. Long term, it's not good, and people who really feel it, like myself, I'm very sensitive. So, I noticed the cognitive dysfunction that I was getting from wearing a mask. But the best thing that came out of that for me, I was selling products in Costco's, and they make you wear masks in the Costco's, and I'm a pitchman, so I'm selling with a mask on. It's like crazy because you're trying to talk and you're like losing air because you're not getting oxygen. Yeah. And so I would always wear it down past my mouth, my nose. I hated it when people do that, but I had to because otherwise I'd have to talk into my mask, and it was like literally stressing me out. So breathing through my nose, I literally got really good at nasal breathing, not knowing how beneficial nasal breathing actually is for you. And I noticed my calmness, my anger that I would get just dissipate. Okay. And I'm like, I didn't even know idea. I've never heard nasal breathing in my life. I just did it because I wanted to wear a mask. I had to wear a mask. And I didn't want to wear it. Yeah. And so that was probably the best thing that ever came out of that for me. And it taught me a whole new way of taking care of myself. Yeah, thanks, Jordan. And I know you have, also so much knowledge around movement and nutrition and breathing and our beliefs, and all these components are very important parts of health. But as I mentioned at the beginning today, I wanted to zoom in there's a lot to talk
bit more on this because we spoke yesterday at lunch for like 2 hours. And, now again, so we could do that, but I don't want it to be a 5-hour podcast. Yeah,
there's a lot to talk about for sure.
Maybe the last little thing I'd love to touch upon in nutrition is that so I eat a predominantly raw vegan diet with a lot of fruits, and I know you're a bit on a different
I'm an omnivore.
Diet. You're also eating some animal products and meat. And my audience also, I built a bit of an audience on that kind of raw vegan label. Yeah. So I'm curious, like what made you go to also eating animal products, knowing that your dad also, you told me yesterday, he's vegan.
So, I've tried vegan and I've done more raw for a little bit. I've never really, I'll be honest, I haven't spent 6 months to a year doing it, but I've spent several months doing it. And I just noticed that I felt better when I went with how I felt I want to eat. When I restrict myself, it's when I feel the worst. Yeah. And it's not that I don't think you can get the nutrition necessarily. I mean, there's supplements, there's ways to do it. There's certain foods, there's tons of foods out there that are amazing for you that aren't animal-based to get what you want from it and what you need potentially. But at the same time, we don't need as much food as we thought we did, I think, as well. That fasting is a prime example. Just a personal choice. And, even with my choice of eating animal products, I'm very, very strict with where it comes from. The life. I mean, I know it can be weird to say, but the lifespan of the animal, how they were taken care of, where they grew up, the roaming, grass-fed, finished, no grain-fed, stuff like that. And there's definitely better choices to make in that and with animal products than. So you do have to be almost a bit more strict on what you consume, because I almost think the antibiotics and the hormones they inject in these animals are worse than some of the pesticides you eat potentially on vegetables. Yeah. Okay. So. And it was just out of how I felt. I just felt that I performed better, I felt better, and I eat intuitively. Yeah. So some days I may be like, I don't feel like animal. Or maybe some days it's like, oh, I feel like all animal products. But I really align with eating seasonally and what's available to you. Definitely coming to Bali here, I've actually eaten a lot less beef because I haven't been able to find, I found more now, but at first there was like not really many good beef sources. And so I just didn't eat it. Yeah, and I will choose
a lot more good fruits.
And I've had so much fruit here, and the fruit's amazing here. I've never had better fruit in my life. So it really does depend on your environment and what you have access to. But if you're eating fruit, no matter what your diet is, organic, and if you're eating food that's being shipped from around the world, your body there's something about your body not being able to process it properly because it's your body accumulates or balances and naturalizes to the environment around it, the circadian rhythm and what's available in the seasons. Yeah. So if you eat align with that, you'll be better off in general. Yeah.
And we even have the local CMOS now. Do you do much CMOS?
I haven't as much. I used to a lot. The Human Garage has a product. Yeah. And so I've taken it a lot for several years. And I like CMOS, and we still have it. We have it stored in the fridge, actually. And we're going to make a little gel of it, I'm sure. Nice. Yeah. Nice. I love CMOS. I think it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best supplements I've ever taken. I mean, mood regulation was a big one for me. It actually mood regulation and energy. And I felt like I was really getting the nutrition and minerals from it. Yeah. So that's why I like CMOS. I think it's one of the best products. Just gotta be careful of your sourcing, of course.
Yeah, it feels good to me too. And I think eating mainly raw vegan sometimes has a bit more of that dense feeling when I eat it. Yeah. Like even I make it almost like pasta sometimes. Yeah. We can try after.
Sure. So why raw vegan? Like what pushed you towards that?
Well, I became mainly vegan 8 years ago, more for the ethical side. Yeah. Like a standard getting to know about the practices of the mainstream animal industry and be like, okay, I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah, of course.
And then 4 years ago, I just got more into Dr. Morse. Did an irradiology reading with a student of his, and I got, just resonated with me to be connected to nature, to eat more raw. So then that's when I switched to mainly raw. Yeah. And for me, it's been working pretty well. Good. So
you look good.
I'm like, if I can look, because we talked about beliefs, and for me, that's probably the one diet where I feel if I can make it work, I tick all the boxes. Yeah. So of course, I don't want to be too cocky about it because I feel if I become too preachy, sometimes the universe is humbling you. And then I could have an experience where it becomes obvious to me that this is not working and that I need to change something. So I try to stay open-minded. But at the same time, if I can make it work, then the ethical works well for me because of what we know about animal welfare, also the environment. Yeah. And then if health works well, I believe we're frugivore actually. To me, it makes sense when we look at like our teeth, our GI tract, how monkeys eat. So it makes sense that we're mainly frugivore actually. So I think for health, physically is better. And then the spiritual component where I feel it's more aligned with the more ascension path that we're on, like just having those more lighter energy, sun energy, eating the sun, the light.
For sure.
And
fruit's
so
more
it
alive.
Kind of ticks all these boxes, especially even more fruits.
Yeah, fruit's more alive, right? Yeah. It's one of the most, even after you pick it, it continues to have that vibrancy to it, right? Yeah. Energy.
So that's in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think no matter what the diet is, like you said, to be too preachy or to try to pick a side, it's like not worth it, not worth the battle. I think there's a lot of people, it polarizes us. Yeah. And that's the biggest issue in this world, I feel, is no matter what, if you're healthy or not healthy, or if you're vegan or not vegan, fruitarian, whatever it is, or politics as well, this polarization is what's really causing us harm.
Yeah.
And it's separating the population into factions, which then we fight each other.
Yeah, I kind of agree, and at the same time with the with the vegan activist things, I don't want to go too much into a debate, but just the idea for the vegan activists, right, is especially with factory farming, the way it's done is that you're actually creating harm, so there's something to stand against.
Of course.
So it's not like, oh, let me do what I want, because that's
well,
there's a perspective on that.
Yeah.
But there's kind of two things. There's people like you who will eat animal products, but are very conscious still about the well-being. And in life, like death is part of life, and it's all cycle. So there's something spiritually to be said about like there's nothing wrong with death, and killing is part of the nature and all this. But at least when I look at factory farming, there's something really wrong with it.
I completely agree.
You probably agree.
100%, man.
And so, and most people with animal products, they will eat from factory farming. So I think that's also why sometimes from a vegan perspective, there is that what can feel a bit controlling, and people may think, well, let me do what I want. But there's that saying that freedom stops where the freedom of other people starts, right?
Yeah.
And then when you include animals in it, because you feel animals are beings that also need these rights, I guess that's when people become a little in that controlling side. So I kind of understand
I get
also
it.
the polarization.
I think it's just where we target that, because instead of saying to the person eating meat, hey, you're causing these problems, it's like, no, actually these corporations are the problem.
Yeah.
These people that are making these farms, the politicians are allowing it to happen, and the industries that are taking over that are the problem, and the education around it.
Yeah. But once you're educated,
then make better choices.
You're responsible.
Yeah, then make better choices. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't educated for a while. Like I would go to McDonald's not having a single thought about why there would be a problem with it.
I know, it's crazy.
So all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed this and learned as much as I did. And you can start getting your to-do, and maybe you revisit it every few months and keep getting more and more healthy and thriving. And also, I also really appreciate that we can have a conversation when we have sometimes, for example, at the end, like different point of views.
Yeah, of course.
For like 95% of it, like exactly on the same page also.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point though, right? And the divide is, we can agree to understand and listen to each other and respect each other's opinions and beliefs, and we can come together to find better solutions for everyone. No matter what those are. And I think it's where we should aim for. And
building communities this way, so we don't have to all become like super experts and have to all do all that work to be in a healthy environment. So ideally, thanks to your work and our work as light leaders, we can travel the world, and we arrive in the hotels and we don't need to bring our sheets or clean them, and we can go in the water without being
don't need your filters
exactly. So that's the future we're creating. That's the new world we're creating, and we live together in that healthy, harmonious space, and we can travel and find those places
as natural as possible.
So excited about that, and thanks for doing what you're doing, brother.
Appreciate it.
Much love.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.